Love is Blind season 3, episode 8. This is part 2. Okay, I already did part 1. Go watch part 1 before you watch part 2. We had a power surge. I hate power surges. Though, thank God the lights, they come right back. It's like a surge. And then everything goes off. The fridge goes off. The stove don't work. Nothing works. We're so dependent on electricity. But anyways, watch part 1 and then this is part 2. If you just happen to see this video, please be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. Leave a comment for me. Thank you for your love and support. Watch part 1. You must watch part 1 before you watch part 2. Okay, so part 2 of this is Raven is at the wedding, the African store with her SK mother, SK sister, and the other two African ladies, and they're telling her about uh Nigerian culture and the husband. And she says she doesn't. They ask her if you're going to wear a Nigerian gown, and she was like, no. And everybody was like, but what do you mean you not wear Nigerian gown? That they didn't say that, but I said that in my head. Okay. I got my Nigerian accent. I got my African accent down. Okay. So then she says she doesn't want to have a whole Nigerian wedding. And they looked at her like, what? Okay. I know they're not cleaning no street on a Sunday. Are they cleaning streets or cleaning on a Sunday? I guess because we have all these leaves, huh? Okay, so she don't want to have a whole Nigerian wedding. The ladies gave her some wisdom, and she looked disgusted. They was like talking to him about Nigerian husband, Nigerian men. They want to be praised. They want to be pampered. Wait, let the truck pass. Because I can't believe they're cleaning the street on Sunday. Oh, here they come. It's because must be because of the leaves. We have a lot of leaves. Forest Hills. Okay, this is where we live. Forest Hills. We live in the forest. All these leaves. And they were like, oh, they like to be pampered, and they like to be praised. And she looked disgusted. She was like, let me show you the picture. I don't put that. I already put up. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God, here comes another truck. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh no, it's the same truck. They turned around. Oh, it's the same truck turned around. Okay. She looked disgusted, okay? And so it was like, always have food in the house, always have some stew, some rice and stew, some meat pie. And they said African men love to be pampered. She said to they talked to her about being respectful. When you can't be gallivanting all over Dallas, that will disrespect your husband and will embarrass your husband. You should protect the family name. That you're not going to do anything that's going to keep your husband from providing. You have to humble yourself, be respectful. No matter how much money you make, let the man be the man. And you need to bow down before him. You need to humble yourself. Humble yourself. And she was like, oh my God. Let me show you the other pictures. She was like, oh my God, this is slavery. Oh my God. In her mind, she was like, oh my God. What? What? What do you mean bow down? What do you mean humble myself? Oh my God, I don't think I'm ready to do this. This is her other picture. Let me show you. She was like, oh my God, what? Bow down? Humble myself? What? This is slavery. That's not what she said, but that's what I'm saying for her, okay? And they was like, you have to respect him and you have to bow down and you have to act right and be right. But you know what? That's for any husband. That is for any husband. I just don't this is why I think Raven don't need to get married. This is for any husband. You're not supposed to be out here. You're supposed to be respectful to your husband. You are supposed to humble yourself. Try your very, very best not to marry a man that makes so much more less than you, because you will feel like you are the provider. Even if he makes less than you, ladies, make sure he can pay the bills and he can provide for you comfortably with his income, and you not stressed out about you being the provider. Protect his name. Have a good name. Don't do anything in the streets to make your husband look bad. I just don't understand why she's looking at them like they're crazy. That is advice for all wives. Don't be out here gallivanting. Um, Make sure you're being right, you're acting right. Make sure being respectful for your husband. Yes, pamper your husband, cook him a meal or two. Have stuff in the house for him. I don't understand why Raven is looking so scared, because you're supposed to do that for your husband regardless, Nigerian or not. But I'm just letting you know, the African men, they're a little bit different. They want basically what you do for a regular man, they need it. You got to multiply that times 100. All the African women at the job, the older women, they go home and cook every night. They say, "Oh no, my husband don't eat leftovers." I have another one of my girlfriends. She's from her husband is Nigerian, so of course the family had problems with that marriage. But she said, I cook, and he don't want to eat the leftovers. So when she was home for COVID, she was home but she was cooking. And then every day she said, I cooked every day. When I was home, I cooked something every day. And when it was time for them, because they work at the same job, and when it was time for them to go back, she said, I saw him looking through the window. He's shaking his head, and then he laughed. He said, I really love you cooking every day. I love you cooking every day, but so she said to him, okay, you want me to cook every day? I'll stay home. I can stay home and cook every day. He said, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. He said, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. She said, okay, but I'm not going to work. He's like, oh, no, we need to go. He said, hey, I just love it when you was cooking every day. Every day she say, but he won't eat. So she has to mix different stuff. So she cooked rice one day. She got to cook something else to put on top of the rice. Okay. So, ladies, you must make sure of the man you are marrying. Make sure you can accommodate his lifestyle. Okay. Make sure, ask him how he want his food, and can you cook it? Can you cook meat pie? So she looked really, really scared. And they were all looking at her like, oh my God, what in the world? They was like, bow down to him. You have to submit to him. You humble yourself. You bow down to your husband. So that is 8 days before the wedding, and Bartiz and Nancy, we see them doing some kind of Hispanic dance. He claims that he's been distracted and has done nothing physically, and I'm like, it's over, ladies. Let me tell you, once your husband stops sleeping with you, it's just go ahead and go on down to the court and sign the papers. Okay, once he stopped trying to sleep with you and stop, you know, it's over. It is, oh, he's not looking at you. He's not touching you. He's not doing none of those things. Go ahead, girl. It's over. So he said he's done nothing physical, right? But now I'm thinking, is it because he's trying to get it off? Because you know how some of these men are. They don't be want to be around you until they want some, and then they get it, and then they go back to being who they really were. So I'm gonna be watching to see if this is true with Mr. Bartiz, okay? um, and you know what? I just want I just want Nancy to I just wanted to hit for her. I feel so sorry for her. Okay, we see Zaynab and Cole and the lock, and I was they were having a lock on the lock bridge, and I looked like witchcraft to me. But I'm joking. Okay, I thought it was cute. I said I would love to do something like that. Me and Mike find a lock bridge and write her name on it and lock themselves together. Then he played with her, acting like he dropped the lock, and I was like, oh my god, that's a sign they should not get married. But he was joking with her. Cole spoke to he said he spoke to the parents and they said they want to meet her after he's married. Good. After the marriage. Because once you're married, once she's married, she's a part of the family. So the parents said after you're married, we'll meet her, but we don't want to meet her before. And I can see where Cole Pierce is coming from because he's 25 and you was already married and divorced. Okay, then we see the ladies goes to the wedding shop to get their dresses fit, and is Alexa re-wearing a dress? Miss Ida wear my clothes twice. Okay, I've seen her wear this same dress 3 different times, Alexa. So stop lying. Then we see the men getting fitted. Barti's sister asks him, "Where's your head?" He tells her about the friends. He sent the pictures to the friends and they said, what are you doing? Are you really going to do this? And the sister says, don't let the real world ruin your marriage. And I'm like, girl, where is your husband at, girl? Where's your husband? Because that is the dumbest excuse, dumbest advice I ever heard. Don't let the real world ruin your magic. They're going to be living in the real world, ma'am. So you know what that means? Bartiz is going to be embarrassed to bring her around his friend. Didn't I say that in one of my other videos that he's embarrassed of her? I said that in one of my other videos, didn't I? Bartiz is embarrassed of Nancy. First of all, Nancy's too old. Is she a pretty girl? Yes. For the right man, Nancy's a great woman. But for Bartiz, no. She is too old for him. And it's not fair for neither of them. I'm sorry, guys, something is happening to my computer. It is not fair for both of them, and they both need to go ahead and go their separate ways. Because I just don't understand. I just don't understand why. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second here. Okay, there you go. I just don't understand why Nancy is sitting down and I mean I understand, but I just want the light to come on for her, Nancy. But I don't agree with don't let the real world ruin your magic. This is why divorces happen because people do not think about the real world. You're living in an imaginary world and you're not thinking, how is this going to work in the real world? And this is what you need to do. How is emotions is not enough. It's not enough, beloved. It's not enough. And a lot of people get married on emotions alone, and that's not enough to maintain a marriage. So I just think it's bad advice. The girl with no husband is telling him not don't let the real ruin your magic. I don't agree with it. Okay. Nancy says Bartiz is having a hard time connecting her physical and the emotional connection. So, Nancy, why are you still trying to marry this man? Why are you still trying to marry him? If he's having a hard time connecting the emotional and the physical, Nancy, why are you still trying? Because your marriage cannot survive on emotions alone. It cannot. So why are you still trying to marry this man, ma'am? Why? So then she said, overnight he completely changed. And I'm wondering, is Bartiz thinking I'm just gonna go ahead and give it my 100% and see if that makes a difference. Maybe that's what he's thinking. He's like, look, there's a week, 8 days before the wedding. It's a week before the weddings. Let me give it everything I have. Let me give it my all. Let me do everything I can possibly do. And let me see if that makes a difference. It's not going to make a difference. If he was not physically attracted to you from the time he saw you, it's not going to work. See, they're like, men are like me. From the moment I met a man, if I was not attracted to him physically, it never changed for me. And I tried. I tried to go out with guys I wasn't physically attracted. I didn't feel anything for and hope that it would change. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I can always tell. This is why I can always tell if I wanted to go out with a man. Because if I was physically attractive, if I thought he was sexy and thought he was good looking like my husband, first time I met him, I was like, man, I want to go out with him again. Okay, he had on a gray sweater and a black blazer and some pants. Just look good. Just little circle glasses, clean fingernail, nice shoes. He spoke well. He smelled good. I was like, yeah, he was taller than me. He was never married, no kids. I was like, yes, Jesus, yes. So Bartiz is going to give it his all. It's not going to change, Bartiz. Walk away now. Do not marry her. Say no at the altar. Do not give me any spoilers. If you watched it already, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Okay? It's not going to change. And Nancy, listen to me, older woman. You need a man who loves your body. Okay, ladies, you need a man where every time he see you, he want to touch you. My husband is over there on the prayer call, y'all. He's on the prayer call. He gonna come here, baby. Turn around. And I'm like, you're supposed to be praying. You on the prayer call with your frat brothers. You're supposed to be praying. You are supposed to be the brothers in the name of Jesus. Shanda da da da. He looking at my ass. He's touching on my ass. He's supposed to be on the he's supposed to be on the prayer call. You want a man that loves your body. Okay? Make sure you keep it up now. Okay? You want somebody that he loves your breasts, he loves your ass, he loves your legs, he loves your neck, he loves your lips, he loves your hands. He always want to be touching on you because he loves your body. Ladies, this is why you don't go for the younger guys, you go for the older guys. Okay? He told me we were married, me and my husband were married, and we were at this ShopRite. That's why I think we were married. And I don't remember if it's we were doing the baby cake, the baby review. We went to the supermarket to do the cake. And I saw this lady, and he came to us, talk to her. Hey, so, hey, so, this is my wife, Janice. And he was like, we went to do, and she's fixing up her hair. And you could tell she's like, oh, she's saying this and she's saying that. Are you coming to homecoming? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to come. Hope I see you at homecoming. And I'm looking at her and I'm smiling in my head because I know it. It's obvious she liked him. So afterwards, I said, Mike, obviously she like you. He was like, yeah. I said, well, how come you didn't date or marry her? Like somebody you went to school with. He was like, because she's old. I'm like, you're the same age. You went to school with her. Y'all was in the same graduating class, but you're telling me you're old. He was like, she's old. And I understood what it mean because my father told me that. He told me that. Go for somebody a little bit older than you, girl, because you're always going to be younger. Your body's always going to be firmer than his. And you always going to be younger. You're always going to be more attractive. Your body is going to be always better than his. He's 55. I'm 45. We don't have the same body. So, ladies, when you're being delusional, you 30-year-olds and 35 and 45, marrying these 25-year-old boys, I want you to remember They need to love your body. So at 45 or 50, when your body starts to get a little loose and he's 30, he's not going to be attracted to that. He's going to be looking at the 25-year-old with the boobs that's still standing up. Perky. And the belly with that's still, firm. Young skin. Okay? Don't do it. Take it from me. Don't do it. It's for your best, girls, because he needs to love your body. So Nancy is saying he's having a hard time, Nancy, but you're not walking away. So I'm like, okay. So then Nancy came out in her wedding dress, and it looks like my grandmother tablecloth. We see Matt, he's getting fitted, and he likes that. He's saying that he likes that she's always bubbly. Okay, that's what you're building your marriage on. Colleen dress looks like my missionary suit. I didn't like none of the dresses. SK gonna wear traditional wedding outfit. He wants to merge both. I loved his outfit. He says it's important for his wife. Listen to this. Listen. It is important for my wife to be sensitive to all the cultural nuances that comes with marrying someone who's Nigerian. Why are you marrying her, SK? Why? 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 Why, SK? If it is important for you to marry a woman who is sensitive to your culture, why are you marrying Raven? I want to know, sir. Why are you marrying her? If it's important to you, it's important. Why are you marrying somebody like Raven? Why? She already told you she's not traditional, but you claim you love her because she's not traditional. And I'm like, that's a lie. Because you're going to want your food when you come home. You love that she's traditional, right? But then you said it is important for his wife to be sensitive to all the cultural nuances that comes with marrying someone who is Nigerian. So you're lying because you just told her you love that she is not traditional. You love that she's not traditional. Raven dress looks like my slip I used to wear back in the 90s. I don't wear slip no more. Okay, it's hot. And then her little Get Up Fabulous friends wanted her to cut the little mesh out of it to go all the way down to her navel. You're marrying a Nigerian man who family is important, modesty is important. I just don't understand it. I feel like they're staged. I feel like this is scripted because the two just don't go together. Brennan talks to brother about excited about being married, and they're just showing clips back and forth. Alexis likes none of the dresses they picked out. She picked out a dress that looks like Christmas tree with no lights. I was like, Alexis, I don't like the dress. It looks like a white Christmas tree, okay? Cole said he's feeling better about wedding day. Cole wants to wear velvet, but Zay told him navy or black. And I said, oh my God, Zaynab's stepmom asked in which dress she thinks her mom would like. And I was like, oh my God, don't ask her that. I was crying. I was like, don't ask her that. All the dresses were ugly. I hated them all. And I felt really emotional for Raven, and everybody was there crying with her and feeling very emotional for not Raven for Zaynab, and everybody was there and just emotional for her. because both of her parents passed, and then the sister, I mean, that I just cannot imagine. And then the sister wasn't able to come because of the flights. Then we see Raven and SK. He asks about dress shopping, and she said his mom had a lot to say. And I'm like, Raven, you'd never talk about a Nigerian man's mother. Matter of fact, don't talk about no man's mother. Don't ever. Love him. Oh, she's gracious, wonderful. And so they told him always have stew, bow down. She's telling him bow down yourself and do this and do that. And SK said that his mom has issues with her family not being there. Exactly. Them Africans, they're all about the family. Mm-mm. They don't play when it comes to that. Family is very, very, very important. They're not gonna want to marry you because your family is jacked up. And then she's talking about her mama don't want to be involved. Her grandfather just died, and the uncle, and she just don't have any family. And this is why SK needs to go home to Nigeria and get him his wife. I'm sure he got one over the year. Hey, leave this girl alone because she is just not going to match in good with him and his family. Okay. Then he brought up fundamental differences. And I'm like, why, SK? Why are you marrying her if y'all have fundamental differences? Why? Why? Huh? Fundamental means foundational differences. So if you have foundational differences, SK, why are you going on with the marriage? Huh? I just want to know. So then she says, I'm marrying you, not your family. Run, SK, run! 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 You do not say that, Raven. You do not say that to a Nigerian, to an African. You don't say that. You could only say that to Black Americans and to the Caribbean, because we don't really have no foundation. We just all over the place. We don't know. We don't know. Them Africans, those Arabians, there's those Indians, those Pakistan. You can't say stuff like, "Oh, I'm marrying you and not the family." You can't say that to them because they are very rooted and grounded in family. And it's not that us Blacks on the West is not rooted in family. It's just because we were stolen from our foundation. So like SK, the real Africans, they have that foundation where it's all about family. For us and the Black people in the West, that was stolen from us. So we don't really understand how important family is. So you never say to one of those men, I'm marrying you and not the family. You never say that, because family is like their God. It's their God and family. And for some of them, it's equal. And right there, I was like, Raven, you lost him. You shouldn't have said that. You lost him right when you said, I'm marrying you and not your family. After he just told you family's important, you have foundational differences, then you're going to say, I'm marrying you and not your family, dum dum. Are you not listening to what he's saying? Do you not understand what the man is saying, how important his family is to him? I don't understand. And then she said, listen to this, dum dum. She says, like you wouldn't be who you are without your name, but I'm me regardless. See, this is what I'm talking about. Their name is important. The Bible talks about A good name is to be treasured. This is why I try to teach y'all. Make sure the name is right. Make sure he has a good name. Make sure his credit is good. Make sure he pay his bills. A good name. And so, yeah, to the Africans and to all the other people whose foundations were not stolen from them, even the Jewish people. I know some of y'all still fighting in with me in the comments, but I'm just saying, where's Aaron's bloodline, right? The Jewish people have their records going all the way back to Aaron to know which person is supposed to be the priest. You have it, black people. Do you have Aaron's bloodline going back to Aaron to see which of your people should be the priests in the temple? Why you not over in Jerusalem in the temple? So no, Raven, you should not have said that to him. Talk about he wouldn't be nothing without his name, but with him you're not. No, this is why you don't need to be marrying people you don't understand their culture. His name is everything to him. This is why his mama said, the girl said, don't be embarrassing. Don't be going out there to do anything that's gonna embarrass him. My supervisors, backup supervisor, she's Haitian. They don't, she said, when you're married, they don't call her by her name. They call her by wife, for example. They don't say, if let's say I'm Haitian, right? They don't call me Mrs. Thompson. They call her wife of Michael. I said, what? That's powerful. That's powerful. They said that they in Creole, they say it wife of Michael. So, Raven, you don't understand his culture. SK, this girl has no respect, has no honor, don't have no common sense, don't have common decency. She don't know what to say. She's disrespectful to the culture and to your mama. So I'm trying to wonder why you still going on to marry her. I just don't understand. Explain it to me, SK. Explain it to me. And I'm just sitting there throwing the remote, throwing the phone, and Lord just like falling out in the bed. So he agreed that they have fundamental differences in the role their families play. Family is very important to him, and I'm like, stop lying. You lying. Get off my TV. Get off my TV, SK. You lying. You lying. Do you know what an embarrassment SK would be to his family, to his culture, to his name if he married this, lack of a better word, heathen woman? I love you. I have to go. Come on back for episode 9. If I do episode 9 later and then episode 10 tomorrow morning, then we could go live tomorrow night and talk about Married at First Sight and Love is Blind. I love you. Let me know what you think. Remember, this is part 2. Be sure to watch part 1. Love you. Love you. Take care. Bye.